I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video I will show you my experience with the Seedify Launchpad and how much I made participating in their IDO projects. So not too long ago, about 1 week ago, I started to investigate the Seedify.fund website after seeing a video about launchpads on YouTube. Right, so I was looking into the IDO, the initial DEX offerings, how to participate in them, and Seedify was at that moment the best one that came up. So I'm on CoinMarketCap right now. As of today, the actual price of one sfund is $9.64. And I bought in on Seedify about 10 days ago-ish, on about $4.60. So at the end of October, at least. So just before the big spike occurred, which was great for me, of course, in terms of the tokens. One important disclaimer: do your own research. Nothing in this video is financial advice. After the big run, there is obviously a lot more eyeballs. One of the reasons is that Alex Becker, as one of many influencers in the space, runs a YouTube channel with almost 1 million subscribers, has 500,000 Twitter followers, keeps tweeting about Seedify. He's an official investor, and of course he holds a lot of Seedify. This makes the Launchpad at the moment extremely competitive, and that's one of the reasons today I'm selling my sfund. So I bought in for about $4.60. So somewhere around this period, and I've basically gotten about 100% ROI. If I go to my phone right now, and I'll put a screenshot on the screen of the sfund, I got a 94.01% ROI, $4,710 profit. Average buy price was actually $4.95, and this happened Saturday, October 23rd. So that was October 23rd. It was right here that I purchased in the afternoon, and then the price went up. I have made great ROI. So I was actually looking at Seedify at their staking, right? So first of all, you need to stake your tokens within that platform to be able to participate. According to the tiers, you get allocation. So I have the tiers right here. They have an upgraded tier system of 9 different tiers, where the first tier is lottery based and then the second tier is guaranteed. What you will notice, according to the price of sfund token right now for Seedify, it will become really expensive to get a high allocated weight. What you'll see is that the first lottery base is already 250 sfund. Right, 250 sfund at $9, almost $10 a pop, is $2,500 to be able to participate in the lottery. And what will be shocking is what I'll show you in a second is what you actually get allocated per project. It's a tremendous nightmare, and that's the reason I'm dumping the sfund tokens. But let's say tier 9 for the guaranteed high allocation, you need about $1 million staked in sfund, 100,000 sfund tokens, which are at the moment about $10 a pop, right? I am in the second tier. I'm holding just over 1,000 sfunds, about 1,011 or 1,012, which is obviously at the moment about $9,500, $10,000 worth. Now, when we go to the staking, you do get some APY. So for 7 days, you get 5% APY. I staked about 1,011 sfund, and I got 1.12 sfund after 5 days. So I have 1,012 sfund right now, as it says here. Then for 14 days, you get 11%. For 30 days staking, you get 25%. And for 60 days, you get 55%. You can also join the farm on PancakeSwap. Either of these two options, staking or farming, allows you to basically lock in your tokens to participate in the IDOs according to your allocation, right? So when we go to the actual Launchpad, they have some really cool projects, right? That's why I was interested in it, especially Cryo War. I'm sad that I'll be missing out because this project looks so cool, but for me it's just not worth it to wait 7 days. So I participated in the Gaia Everworld launch and in the Good Games Guild launch. And the results were quite shocking because the platform is really efficient, right? Seedify, I mean, great platform, great team, very transparent, great communication. The one thing that didn't do it for me was the allocation, right? So for Gaia Everworld, they were going to raise, well, $285,000. That was the goal, where the maximum allocation was 3,303. So what that means is if you're in the highest tier, tier 9, holding over 100,000 sfund staked, which at the moment is about $1 million, you get, surprisingly, a $3,000 allocation, right? Which is fine. But what it meant for me is that I got a $30 allocation. Holding $8,000 at that moment, right now 10,000, but at the moment $8,000 worth of sfund, to get a $30 allocation felt not that great for me, because what ends up happening is that there's also a token generation event, right? So it's 25% on listing and then 25% vetted over the next 3 months for your tokens. So what you end up getting is basically barely any tokens. I got like 30 Gaia when it went live. Doesn't mean it's not a good project. I love Gaia. I'm holding Gaia for the long term, actually. Let me go. So I have the Seedify chart in real time, just because I'm looking to sell today. I keep my eye. So look, it's up again. I'm probably going to exit at around 990. So as soon as this video is done, I'm going to dump my sfund for real. And if you want to see and keep up to date about what I'm actually doing, although I don't know much about what I'm doing, check the link in the description for my Telegram channel in which we can communicate together. I'm going to go to the Polygon blockchain because that's where the Gaia token is at. Going to put in Gaia Everworld. Right, so it has done, I would say, tremendously well since the launch, right? So it opened at about $1, then it dropped a little bit, but still good. 16 cents, so times 5, stable. 5x return, which I think is amazing. But if I get a $30 allocation, it means that I had to sacrifice $8,000 of opportunity cost for 7 days, and it got me $150. That's not enough for me at the moment. I have more opportunities elsewhere in the market. I'm extremely with Gaia Everworld, however, because I did another IDO platform where I got a $1,000 allocation. So there I generated $5,000, right? Way bigger opportunity for me, and that's why I was quite disappointed. However, I never make a judgment, in my own opinion, based on one event, right? I need at least 2 measuring points. So I was like, okay, my tokens are locked anyway. I'm going to participate in Good Games Guild, which was yesterday, right? The IDO was yesterday. I got a $12 allocation. You can see by the increase in the price from the Gaia launch, basically, the Gaia participation. So pre-Gaia, it went up. Then this is like basically the hold off, and then the Good Games Guild launch, it went up again. More people are coming in to the sfund, into the Seedify platform, making it super competitive, right? Because these projects have small allocation, right? 190,000, 285,000. It has to be distributed across all the people participating with the staking, and supply and demand drives the price up. Right, so you're holding a larger bag for an opportunity cost, therefore, for less allocation, which doesn't feel good for me. I have other opportunities that I'm considering, or at least already participating in, so I'm dumping sfund. That's basically the conclusion. If you look at the maximum allocations, right, 3,900, 1,700. It depends on how much money they're going to reach. So this one only did 100,000. This one did 285,000. But these two are comparable: 285, 285, 3,900-ish, 3,300-ish. 600 difference, 20%, quite big. Here, there's also a difference. But once you would go longer back, right? The allocations here on Crypto Blades were huge, right? They're going to raise 600,000, so a larger amount, but you got a $30,000 allocation if you hold a big bag. Here, 300,000 to be raised, and Defina, you got an $8,000 allocation. If you look at Defina, obviously the last time I checked Defina, it did really well. Defina Finance, I think that's the one. So it was 20 cents, right? And it's $6 right now. So they did extremely well on that launch, right? And can you imagine if you got like a $8,000 allocation, and maybe here even on the, this was a private sale, but on the public sale you got like 4,000, it would still be amazing, right? So the potential of this platform is huge. Now, I've been receiving some updates from people when I started to complain about sfund, as I do on Twitter and Telegram, that they are going to operate more things. So they're going to consistently add more features to the platform to increase the market cap, like maybe games or anything to make the Launchpad more powerful. Yet, if they do not fix the tier allocation for me, I think I would rather spend or find opportunity elsewhere. So I'm not going to complain about the actual platform, because I think the platform is great. I think the investment potential is limited for the allocation you get relative to the market conditions, which means competition. There are too many people on Seedify who want to participate in the IDOs, and there's too little allocation. What Seedify can do is get in projects with higher allocation amounts. So they're all only going to raise 190, 285,000. Later today, I'm participating in an IDO project with a 2.5 million raise amount, right? These are larger projects. It's also a private seed round, right? Pre-IDO stage. But this gives you the opportunity to get a lot higher allocation, which I got. I got $800 allocation, and I'm in one of the lowest tiers. So that's a good experience for me. I'd rather be a little bit more patient and actually get what I want, or at least how I would like things to function. So Seedify, we're going to part ways today. If you are a beginner looking for Launchpads, check out my other videos, but this is basically the reason why I'm leaving Seedify. On Seedify alone, I made about $4,500. On the actual IDO of Gaia World, I made about, how much is that? $150? Yeah, $150 so far, but the TGE is still vesting, right? So I only got 25% of the tokens so far, and I still need to wait for the other tokens, so we don't really know the price of that yet. And then for the Good Games Guild, I got a $12 allocation. Of course, salty as I am, I still allocated my $12, and then I still have to receive those tokens. It still has to be indexed in any of the DEX platforms, still has to launch. So then we'll see what the ROI is there. But I would say a solid $5,000, right? So I participated with an initial investment into the staking of 4,000. I got a return on my coins, on my Seedify coins alone, of about, that was the biggest gain, right? So maybe if you're smart, in my opinion, right, which is not financial advice, but it might be best to hold the Seedify token with all the updates and more information they're coming out with than actually participating in their IDOs, right? Just some food for thought might be the best strategy that I could think of right now. If I would do something like this, I would probably hold Seedify for the long term, but looking at the metrics in general, I don't think I would want to, because I don't see this going to $100, basically times 10, and I think I could do that with this type of money. At least $10,000 is a lot of money somewhere else. Let me know your thoughts. If you would stake $8,000, which is now $10,000, do you think it's fair to get a $12 allocation, or should they maybe make some changes to their platform? What do you think? Am I a little too salty, or do you think you can agree with me? I would love to hear your opinion in the comments down below. If you have a Launchpad ID or IDOs that come up, NFT drops, where you can actually get large allocation, please tag me, let me know in the comments down below. Go to my Telegram channel, tag me on Twitter, because I'm searching for new projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.